My name's Carmel. I used to be a GP and decided to set up the garden when I had to leave work for my own mental health problems. The idea for the charity was very simply that we'd create a space that felt safe, could be made beautiful, could be productive, so people would have the benefit of those things, and as a result of that have an increased well-being. So the garden couldn't really be better situated. It's beautiful by virtue of being safe and enclosed. It's old red brick. People feel very sheltered and protected as they arrive. But then we've also got the aspect looking out onto Box Hill, which is second to none and just means people are surrounded by beauty the whole time they're here. So the attitude of inclusivity is really, really important. Everybody who comes will have a contribution to make. So for those who are working on the garden, we're adamant that it doesn't become a mental health garden or a physical need garden. Anybody who approaches us and can see how the garden could work for people are more than welcome to attend. So once people have visited the garden and got a sense that it's somewhere they'd like to come, we'd invite them to come to either our morning or afternoon sessions. The sessions all have the same format in as much as we tend to gather around this table, have a cup of tea, coffee. As people start arriving, there's always homemade cake, which is integral to people's happiness. And once we've met, we tend to gather around the shed where there's a blackboard with all the tasks for the day listed. And the tasks tend to be written in terms of hardness, so people who maybe can only complete something sitting down, there's always something for them to do. But there is an understanding that some people will come and actually getting here has used up all their energy, and sitting and just enjoying the space is still going to have a benefit, and that's perfectly acceptable. We did need to spend any money we had really wisely, and the one thing we purchased was a composting toilet, which looks like a normal toilet and is usable and accessible for everybody, and that's really important if you're elderly or if you're infirm or anxious, to know that you've got a decent toilet on site. Because people are only volunteers, we're trained in safety aspects, but there isn't any professional support in terms of people's ill health, which is very relevant for people when they're referring to bear in mind. As long as people feel better as they leave the garden than they did when they arrived, then the garden has done its job.